The Lagos State government has inaugurated 2 agro-processing centres in the Ikorodu Local Government Area of the state to boost food security in the state. This was disclosed by the Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture, Abisola Olusanya, during the inauguration of the agro-processing centres on Friday. The agro-processing centres include a Cottage Broiler Processing Centre situated at Itamaga and an Egg Aggregation Centre located at Ikorodu, that's Erikorodo in Ikorodu. Now, both projects were facilitated by the Lagos Agro-Processing Productivity Enhancement and Livelihood Improvement Support Project, otherwise known as the Appeals Project. According to the Commissioner, the inauguration of these agro-processing centers is a testament to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration's commitment to food security in Lagos State. Well, to discuss this development, we're joined by Oluwapelumi. Oladapo, he's a founder of Phanerosies Integrated Services and Agribusiness Advisory Firm, or an agribusiness advisory firm based in Ibadan in southwest Nigeria. He joins us from Hull in the United Kingdom. Thank you very much, Oluwapelumi. Quite interesting development in Lagos State, one might say. In your opinion, how do the newly inaugurated agro-processing centers in Ikorodu contribute to the overall food security goals of Lagos State?
Well, thank you, Kofi. Thank you for having me on your channel this evening. This will contribute a whole lot to the economy of Lagos State and the GDP of the whole state generally. The food chain business will be well maintained. Now we have more food in the society if it is well maintained and is well valued. And I think the government needs to invite private sectors, investors to come in and also give the importance by training people, young people, especially between the age of 20 to 35 to 40, on the importance of this value chain that is already on ground, and that is how the investment can be more and more appreciated, and then is going to benefit the whole state at large.
Quite interesting. What would you say are the types of agribusiness activities and value-added processing that will take place at these centers? How will they also impact the local agricultural sector?
Well, for example, the rice one will really benefit the local sector, whereby we could have the rice could come in at a very lower price, and also it will well be maintained and it will well be processed well. And also the tomato section one will give us a lot of tomatoes, because a lot of tomatoes are getting wasted on a daily basis. And that's why you see like there is this particular place in Jos, they do a lot of tomato and they preserve it and they provide a lot of canned food, canned tomato, preserved tomatoes. And also, if you look at in the past, or I think like doing foods or so, we have something like that, whereby they have tomatoes and they preserve it, and some that we have is it Gino tomato paste, and all these people that are making use of all these things. So now this will really help the economy at large. It will also reduce foreign exchange, whereby people will not be able to depend on foreign exchange, because the agricultural industry is a large one, especially this food processing sector is just one of it that we have in the industry. And if this is well maintained, I foresee a lot of produce coming out of this, and then food price will be reduced drastically.
Very interesting. Can you kindly provide insight into the technology and infrastructure investments made in these agro-processing centers and their potential to enhance productivity and food security in the region?
Well, the technology being used, they are machines, especially in industrial machines, and these are also will deal with an electric power supply that needs to be available for the industries. And apart from that, when you look at this, we should also put in mind that there are also man labor that needs to be. That means the people need to be well trained. Training come in place, and also the food needs to be well certified. For example, we have NAFDAC in Nigeria that go through about what's going inside food and drugs. So NAFDAC this with food. So that means they need to certify all these produce coming out of it. Then we also need to look at it, the health of our people. So then we also look at the public health part of it. But, these are bigger channels. But in a nutshell, I would say if this is well maintained and the technology involved is well clean and is well certified, is up to date, we have the best of the best food production in our society by the time it is being utilized to its full capacity.
All right, Oluwapelumi, let's look at the participation of local farmers in such industries.
Okay.
What collaboration and support mechanisms do you think need to be put in place to involve local farmers and producers in these agro-processing centers? How important is it to involve them, and how does it benefit, the overall agricultural value chain?
Firstly, we need to understand that local farmers are the one that they are the lifeline of the daily food that is being produced in this country, in Nigeria. We need to create an avenue for them to bring their produce and very accessible for them. How can this be accessible? The government can create a middleman that could buy it from the farmers, bring it to their own processing center, or they could create a program whereby if you have for example, if I am a tomato farmer, I can bring my tomato to Ikorodu and I'll be paid maybe immediately or within 2 days. I'm going to get my money. And that also will also encourage the farmer. For example, a farmer that has 10 acres of farm of a tomato farm can increase his or her capacity to 25 hectares of farmland or 100 hectares of tomato farmland. And by this, there will be a lot of monetary exchange. That means the farmer can put a lot of structure to his business. That means the farmer can employ more people. That means the farmer can get more machines to work on his farm. Then we can move into modern agriculture as this is being fully utilized in the long run.
Interesting. And how do you think the operation of these centers will impact the livelihoods of the farmers, in Lagos State and agribusinesses, not just in the Ikorodu Local Government Area, but in Lagos State as a whole?
Well, this will, depending on what the government wants to do, because I believe the government needs to take us to where we need to be. So I believe part of what I think they should be doing at this time is to be looking at Ekpe area, looking at farmers in those areas, looking at those Ikorodu, looking at Badagry. We have a lot of farmers in Badagry area. They should be looking at all this area. They should be looking at how these farmers can form a cluster together and bring their produce. Then also, once this money is coming, these resources is coming, that means there'll be a lot of job creation for a lot of people. That means a lot of industry will begin to spring up. Then also, they should also be aware of the coming challenges that will be coming, because another challenge will be after this processing is storage. How will this food be stored? And with power supply, that has been a major challenge in Nigeria. If the government can also invest in power, thank God we have each state can produce their power now, that can generate and sell power now. So they can utilize and leverage on that. By leveraging on that, I think the state economy will boost, one. Then two, job will be created. Three, crime will be reduced in our society to a greater extent.
All right, very interesting. Oluwapelumi, Oladapo, thank you very much for your remarkable insight.
Pleasure.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.